moving away from just the Devils then, and looking at the finish to the Elite League for a second. It's another very tight finish this year, and it's an indication probably of the quality of the league that the Devils can have such a fantastic winning run and still be in the mix, whereas normally you'd expect to be free and clear for now. Still any one of the three teams for you?
I think so. I mean, obviously, I think for us, looking at our situation, is we need to win out. We need to win all our games, and see what happens between. I think that Sheffield Belfast weekend, this needs to be a split for us to get anything. And it's interesting because there is a couple tricky games coming up for everybody. I mean, we've got Coventry a couple times. I know Belfast has Coventry, and maybe a Nottingham. So there are some difficult games for teams out there. But I think it's exciting for the top, three to possibly finish first, and a good weekend between the top two. And even the fourth, fifth, sixth is a little bit more tight than I think people would think. And it's good to see the Brayhead clan performing well at this time of the year, and I think they'll make a little bit of noise in the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll come to the clan in just a second. But if you look at the bottom end of the 8 playoff teams as well, that's just as interesting, and there's a lot of battles going on there. And I know that Tomo wouldn't have expected to be in that one, but there's no real team that you want to get or avoid in the playoffs, is there? Because between the travel and the performances of Dundee and Hull and obviously Coventry there, it really is anyone's game. And do you think there could be a few surprises for the Final Four?
I think there will be. I think one of the so-called bottom 4 of the playoffs, I think at least one will get through. And the matchups you can't even really predict or say who's going to be playing each other, because I think there will be movement everywhere to see it. I mean, it's exciting for Newcastle even to have a chance to be getting in as well. But I know we're not too crazy about playing Dundee away. I think we lost a couple games up there, so we'll just wait and see what happens.
If we look at Coventry then on Friday, tomorrow night, live on Sky, does that get the boys up for a game a bit more, knowing that it's going to be broadcast on Sky Sports?
Yeah, it does. I mean, anytime you play on TV and there's a lot of people watching, I mean, there's cameras around, and you're just a little bit more aware that it is going to be watched by more people, and you do want to perform, not only for the people watching there, but a lot of our fans will be watching back home on TV, and not everybody can travel to the away matches, so it's good to see our supporters get us to watch how we play on the road. So hopefully we can go in there, and I think we can just hold them for the first 10-12 minutes, we'll be fine. We'll be able to take control for the game from there. But yeah, it's exciting for everybody to be able to see that game.
It's not been the season that they're used to in Coventry, and certainly that everybody expected. They've had some injury problems and some suspensions, which is a little unusual for the Coventry squad as well. Something we're a bit more familiar with down in Cardiff, I think. But dangerous time to play them heading towards the playoffs with them with a point to prove.
Absolutely. I know me and Tomo, I always say we like coaching it against each other and like winning against each other. And I know they've had a little bit of a streak where they haven't performed very well. And I'm reading articles that he's giving the war cry for them to play a little bit better. And they're always a difficult team to play. And people can't forget the rivalry that we have with them. And we always play, no matter where we are in the standings. We play hard against each other, and they're always pretty physical games. And I know Tomo's been a little bit frustrated this year with his team, but he's got them well organized, and if they can pull it together for the playoffs, there'll be another one to watch.
We turn our attention now to the weekend then, G, and the second of the 2 games. A long trip to Newcastle. Also had a very difficult season, the Vipers, this year, and the league has been involved in looking at the administration side of the club. So it's been unsettled for everyone involved there, but they've pulled off some great results as well and surprised a few people. That coupled with the length of the trip, not a place you want to go on Saturday?
No, it's always difficult to go to Whitley Bay. The facility, just the way the game pans out, it's always a little bit more difficult. And they got a very good goalie there, and I think Mike Perpick will always be trying to put the puck in our nets just against his old team. But like you said, they've got some results up there, and they do have a chance to make the playoffs. So they're looking at every point that they need, and obviously the home games is where they feel they can pick them up. And it is going to be a little bit more difficult than people think, but it's just, again, going to be the first 10-12 minutes, just slow things down, get a little bit of control, and our power play needs to click as it did against Hull and really take advantage of those situations.
We hear a lot from some of the other teams around the country. They never like coming to Cardiff. whether that's facility, atmosphere, whatever it
everything.
is, a combination of the players, combination of all of it. Do you get a little bit of a sense of that when you go to Whitley Bay?
Yeah, it is, and like you said, it's everything that involves going to an away trip, an away arena that really factors into it, and it's a difficult place to play Newcastle. I mean, it's just the whole facility. The ice surface is not the greatest. The ice is a little bit small. It's older. The
Must be small if the Cardiff coach is saying
yeah, and the change in areas, everything about it just kind of adds up that teams don't want to go there. But it is still 2 points that we do need. And like I said earlier, if we are getting serious about making this final run in, we need to win every game.
So Braehead on Sunday. Been an interesting year for the clashes between Cardiff and Braehead. And we could argue, I guess, that some of our Celtic cousins have not really done us a lot of favours in terms of the league campaign this year. Bit of a revenge element this Sunday, is there?
I think so. I mean, last game we played up there, we lost in overtime. I thought we played well throughout the game, and I thought we deserved a little bit better. And it was the performance the one before that wasn't. That was one of our worst of the season.
Yeah.
But we were able to rebound off that, which is a big thing. But I think Bruce Richardson's done a fantastic job. They're able to run with 12 imports, and their imports are healthy, so they have a lot of experience on the ice, and they play a little bit of a frustrating style, and they rely on their goalies. So when their goalies playing well, they're a difficult team to beat. But we'll take advantage of them coming down here. It's a long trip for them to come down, and their ice surface is quite big up there, so it's good to get them a little bit on a smaller ice surface, make things happen a little bit quicker, and just challenge them on one-on-one situations with our skill and our speed. So it's going to be an exciting game, and yeah, I think there's a little bit of revenge factors. We do need those 2 points, and we do need to get the upper hand early on them.